light guns on a modern TV? Yes, please. It was fun for the kids, it's fun for adults. And in this video, we're gonna be checking out the Reaper RS3, which gives you a whole kit, but I'll also be checking out this image here, which will give you over 100 light gun games from early 90s all the way to the 2010s as well, already pre-set up for the RS3 light gun, so it's gonna save you a ton of time on the configuration. We're also gonna unbox this thing, check it out, show some of the quirks and features and what makes it cool and different from the other solutions out there. But we had a lot of fun with this one, both the kids and I, and playing on a big TV in your home, there's just something great about it. So this is the setup here, playing Time Crisis right now. I wanted to show off the kick plate, look at my foot there. The kids like to just slam it too, so it's well made there. You'll notice the LEDs.
So the bullet, as he's shooting the bullet, you can see the bullets come out.
So here it is in the box. It comes very well packaged. And inside on the top of the kit, you have the two guns. And then underneath, you're gonna have your power supplies, your sensors, and then you have a hub and potentially this little mini PC that comes preloaded with games. Here's my setup just for this video. I brought my laptop up. My laptop has that custom retro gaming image on it. I'll show you all about that soon. And then this is their hub here. It has a slot for the pedal, it has a slot for the gun, and then a slot for the power, which you need for the recoil on the gun. And it has enough for players 1 and 2. Check out the TV there. I have 4 sensors on the corners of the TV. You want to go back, you go pause the screen there. This setup does require 4 sensors on the corners of your monitor or your TV. Here is the RS3 gun here. On the right side, you only have that one little sliding button that messes with the recoil, either turn it off, on, or automatic. We do have the gun here. I'm just showing that it tracks on those sensors there. And then you have an A-B button there on the left. You have an analog stick, you have a vibration button, and then you have a button on where the magazine on the gun would go. And then here are the dip switches. You can also add like different accessories and customize the gun as well. It also comes with a fisheye lens, but I think you only use that if you're going to be closer to the screen here. The cable length is like at least 10 feet, probably more, and so you get pretty far. This is a 75-inch TV. I'm playing House of the Dead Overkill here, and it's all plug and play with the image I'm using. It required 0 setup whatsoever, and it was just great. No issues whatsoever. Now here is this is actually a game built by the company that makes the gun, or at least they licensed it out, and you can buy that little retro gaming box, a little white box you'll see later. And the games are decent. They're decent games, the kids like them.
Press this button to put a coin in.
So I want to showcase there that the buttons are really nice because you don't have to go back and forth to the computer. You can quit the games, you can insert more tokens. And then as far as reload, typically you're going to use the pedal. The pedal does the reload in most games. So yes, can it play Duck Hunt? Absolutely, yeah. So the image that I'll be showcasing in a moment here, it comes with Duck Hunt already on it. And so you could do the clay pigeons or shoot the ducks as well. This is House of the Dead 2. And this is for the Dreamcast, so you use Demo Shooter for this. And so having all these different systems pre-set up for you are going to save you a ton of time. Those of you who watch my channel, there's a couple different light gun builds out there. You can grab a light gun build that's for a different system and then just reconfigure it. But this one's specifically for the Reaper, so it was just so easy to put this thing together. Sega Model 2, Sega Model 3, all the great systems already on here. So this is the package that I'm reviewing here. You can get it a little cheaper if you don't want the console, if you don't want their games. That's just to get those 2 extra games. Maybe there's gonna be more games in the future. Do note that this gun, the main difference between this gun is, one, it rumbles and it recoils automatic. It's not like there's different packages. The Reaper does both, which is pretty cool. Do note you are going to have these sensors here. So if you're going to be using a TV, most TVs have a USB that you can plug it into. Monitors, some of them have a USB, but if you're using a computer monitor, your computer should be fairly nearby, so you shouldn't have a problem getting power off of your monitor. But do note it does require these 4 sensors to work. That's good and bad, in my opinion. It's bad because it's more stuff you have to put around your TV. It'd be cool if you didn't have to do that, like the Sinden Lightgun does. But then it saves you a ton of time with the setup and the configuration. It's a little more seamless and user friendly than doing it all on the software side, at least what I've experienced so far. You also do get the two pedals. The pedals are used as a back button or a reload button. And then you have the USB hub itself, which does require a power because the power is powering the recoil on the gun. And then this hub just connects to either your the console if you're going through the console, or I like to plug it into a TV. There's setups for a main. You could put it on a MAME arcade cabinet. You could basically plug it into almost anything, and it's pretty nice as far as a plug and play solution. As I mentioned with the gun, there's actually quite a few buttons on it. I do like on the side of the gun that it has where's the side? Here we go. I do like that you have two buttons here that you can assign. You have an analog stick that you can move around. You have the trigger, you have a vibration button, and then there's another button all the way on the bottom here. And as I mentioned earlier, the pedal acts as a button as well. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like around 6 buttons or so that you can configure. I also mentioned the dipsticks for a moment. Here's a great photo of it here. And so you can see that those little sticks you could get with a screwdriver or your fingernail, and you can move them up and down, and they do different settings on the gun itself. The other button we haven't talked about is on the side of on the right side, there's a button here that turns on and off the recoil. And so you can have it on like an automatic mode, full or off, or something like that, right? Full auto and semi-auto recoil modes. So you can mess around with that a little bit. The recoil itself is not that powerful. I will say that. I've seen more powerful motors on there on this particular gun. I haven't seen their other guns, so I don't know if those have a stronger recoil or not. So I did want to share off this image. It's a Retro Minis Reaper Gun specific build. All the files together, it's about 9 files, and it's a 168 gigabyte download. You'll extract it. It is running Retro FE, and you'll just double click in and it should load up. You can find this image on backups.me. I'll put a link in the description on how to gain access. Here it is, the Retro Minis Reaper Lightgun build. We can click into the main menu here where it lists this is every game on the build, and as you see in the bottom right, it's 117 total games. If you want to go by system, we can go back and we can see there's Techno Parrot games, there's arcade PC games, which are games for your PC that were originally meant for your PC. American Laserdisc. These are these like old school like movie style games. They're actually really funny and cool. I recommend checking them out. You got Namco System 357. You got MAME games like Zombie Raid, Time Crisis 1 and 2. You got Thomas Wave games. You have Sega Model 2 and Sega Model 3. Star Wars games in there, etc. Naomi games, and then back to the main menu, or back to like all the games. So we could just kind of do a quick scroll here. You see, you have like Aliens 3 for MAME, but then you also have like Aliens Extermination, which is from 2006. I don't know, is this one Techno Parrot or not? But I know that this one is the Aliens Armageddon from 2014. Look at the graphic difference in this game. Then you have games like, solid games like Area 51. Oh, and by the way, it does have Dunk Hunt as well. Area 51 was one of my favorite games growing up. Battlestar, Beast Busters 1 and 2, Behind Enemy Lines. You have Block King Ball Shooter. Blue Estate, this is a really fun game for your PC. It is mature, but it's a really fun game. Carn Evil, this is probably one of the top 5 MAME games ever made for light guns. A lot of people out there will like that one. Chiller for the NES is up there with Duck Hunt, really good NES game. Especially, zombies and light guns, they go hand in hand. You have more like Dark Escape 4D, more Techno Parrot style games, better graphics. So it's a mix of old and new. You will have Virtual Hunt. There's your Duck Hunt. You will have Virtual Cop 1, 2, and 3. You're going to have Grand Shooter. You're going to have Gunblade. What are the bigger ones? Jurassic Park Arcade and Jurassic Park. And Jurassic World as well. So 3 Jurassic Park games all very good. Lethal Enforcers 2. Lucky and Wild is a really good main game. Maximum Force, which is similar to the Area 51. You got Ghost, you got Operation Wolf 3, Point Blank 1, 2, and 3. Rabbids Hollywood, Raccoon Rampage. So it does have all the House of the Deads, it has Terminator, it has the Star Wars trilogy. So you name it, it's got a good mix of old and new light gun games. And it's all pre-set up for you. So this would definitely be something I would check out if you want to unlock a lot of those games. Or you could build something yourself, go download the emulators, download the gun. Some emulators require a different software for the gun. But at the end of the day, it's just a mouse. You're setting up a mouse on the computer. And that allows you to play these games. So cool build. Thanks Retro Minis, especially making one specific to this light gun. So a lot of those settings are already pre-set up for people. That's going to really help them out. Heard in the beginning of the video, my kids loved it. I loved it. And I love seeing new light guns on the market, more accessories for us. This is definitely one of the better options out there. It works great. The difference between this is that you're putting those sensors on your TV, but there's a bunch of different light guns that this company sells, not just the Reaper here. So there's kind of a little application for everybody. I love that they're trying to do a game box with it for those plug and play applications. And I think the price is right in line with the market and the quality is superior. You saw my kids just kicking the heck out of those pedals. And then we were clicking the buttons thousands of times. So it's all good there. I have no issues with the quality control or anything like that. So as far as the cons go, the biggest one being that you are going to have sensors, but that's also a pro because it makes it really simple to set this thing up. Another pro is that they have their own games associated with it, and that there's a lot less software stuff you have to do because the gun is being calibrated either globally through their software or with the IR sensors on the light gun sensors on the outside. With the hardcore enthusiasts, what I've noticed is, they want to know how well does it track? Can you use it without putting the cursor on the screen? Is it that accurate? And I have to 100% say, yes, it is. You just have to disable the cursor in the emulators. You can absolutely do that. You can run all this without that. One thing I did notice though, is you cannot do gangster mode with this gun. If you turn the gun sideways, it doesn't necessarily work. And then you need to configure the gun in a certain position. You can't be walking around the whole room doing all kinds of stuff like that. It's not going to track. But if you get a good clean spot, you can move a little bit. It's very good, very accurate. You can absolutely play these games without a crosshair. So I think that's the big question there. I love that you could put this on anything from a bar top to a computer, to a TV, to a computer monitor. And they even give you that fisheye lens in case you want to get a little closer to really get this thing squared away so that you have a good experience. So should you buy this light gun? If you don't have a light gun yet and you're really interested in light guns, absolutely. If you already have a light gun and you're really good with that setup, then maybe not. If you're an enthusiast though and you just love light gun games, then absolutely you got to try this. He even has like a little machine gun thing that's pretty cool, and somebody made like a shotgun version of this. Go Google it. There's some really cool variations of this. Something I didn't mention in the video that actually I think that this really excels at is this is probably the easiest to get to work for 2-player light guns I've ever seen because of that hub. You can just connect both pedals and both controllers. It works great. And then the fact that the pedal comes included is just amazing. So overall, I really like it. I also noticed that this particular company they keep innovating, they keep dropping new games and software. And so with that, I think you have some really good things to look forward to as well. So that's what I think. Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.